While the Army made ready, the Navy was at sea. On September 16th, HX-1, the first convoy of the war, sailed from Halifax under escort of the RCN. The Western Atlantic was still peaceful, but Poland was being wiped from the map. The Gestapo began working its refinements on the captive land. They utilized their primitive judicial system: the informer, the torturer, the executioner. The armies of Soviet Russia and Nazi Germany, by prior agreement, carved Poland in half. Hitler had his slave state. Canada had a silent partner. As a neutral, the U.S. could not fly warplanes into Canada, but they could land them within inches of the Alberta border. The aircraft were welcome. The RCAF had doubled to 8,000 men, and it was proposed that Canada be the training depot for the whole Commonwealth. Initial planning began, but Canada and Britain disagreed over financial responsibilities and the burning question of the Canadian identity. The government was anxious that Canadians fight under Canadian command. There was heated discussion for 2 months, until Mackenzie King felt satisfied that the Canadian flyer would not be entirely submerged in the RAF.
The British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, in addition to a rapid and extensive increase in the air training programs of each of the 3 dominions, visualizes joint training in Canada in the more advanced stages of pupils from Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom. The undertaking is one of great magnitude. It will establish Canada as one of the greatest air training centers in the world.
The head of the British delegation, Lord Riverdale, signed for the United Kingdom.
The Prime Minister of Canada and I have just signed a Commonwealth air training arrangement which is of overwhelming significance. It will produce the greatest air force the world has ever seen, and is the reply.
Agreement had finally come in the early hours of December 17th. After an insistent king had called the weary peer from a dinner party.
It made Europe a place impossible to live in. The negotiations to put together a scheme to suit 4 countries have been, of course, complicated. But the whole scheme is now gives complete satisfaction to all the negotiators, and I was very pleased indeed to be able to sign it with Mr. King.
The army was also underway. "7,500 soldiers filed quietly through Halifax to the ships. The 1st Division was going to England. There were advantages in being the first to go. Luxury liners were not yet troop ships, and there was a peacetime opulence. They arrived on December 17th, and it was a miserable day. But there would be leave in London, and there wasn't a man who didn't agree with little Lupino Lane of the Music Vaults.